An exceptionally secretive, diminutive canine endemic to the ancient seasonal plains, scrubby river valleys, and wooded margins of Oligocene North America, roughly matching a modern raccoon dog and body layout. It features a light, compact frame perfectly suited for navigating dense undergrowth. Its thick, multi-toned fur likely displays a grizzled blend of sandy buff, charcoal gray, and dark facial mask accents, providing superb camouflage on leafy forest floors. A dedicated hippocarnivore, this highly adaptable omnivore splits its time foraging for soft vegetation, fallen fruits, insects, and small vertebrates. It moves with a quiet, low-slung, and erratic quadrupedal scurry, pausing frequently to dig into loose soils. Primarily solitary and active during twilight, it communicates through low, rhythmic chitters and sharp warning yips. Heavily shares a specialized omnivorous niche and general raccoon dog-like appearance with its close relative Otrosian. However, it is definitively distinguished on close inspection by its unique upper molar layout, which features a distinct cleft dividing each tooth into front and back halves. It differs from co-occurring Archaeocene by its smaller, less dog-like dimensions and much lower reliance on fresh meat. A tiny, striking primitive canine native to the arid savanna matrices, seasonal river plains, and scrubby basins of late Oligocene North America. Strikingly reminiscent of a living fennec fox in habits and overall body plan, it features a short, distinctively broad skull balanced by remarkably large, highly sensitive ears. Its dense, sandy buff coat likely features lighter cream undertones and a dark tail tip, providing superb camouflage against sun-bleached desert soils. Active chiefly at night, it relies on its exceptionally specialized, oversized middle ear chambers to detect the faintest subterranean movements of beetles and desert rodents. An omnivorous hippocarnivore, it travels with a light, bounding quadrupedal trot, occasionally freezing to tilt its head toward the ground. When threatened, it disappears down complex burrows, producing high-pitched, metallic trills and raspy, chattering barks. Strongly parallels the fennec fox in general appearance and large-eared profile, but carries a more ancestral, dog-like skeleton. It is easily separated from its primitive ancestor O. macdonaldi by its slightly larger dimensions and vastly more inflated, highly developed ear structures. It differs from the co-occurring Oxtocene by its uncleft upper molar layouts and less robust, chewing teeth array. A tiny, elusive primitive canine native to the arid savanna matrices, seasonal river plains, and scrubby basin ecosystems of early Oligocene North America. Representing the earliest known member of its subfamily, it features a highly compact, lightweight body plan with a short, moderately broad skull and noticeably oversized, sensitive ears. Its thick, sandy buff coat likely blends into desert soils, offering excellent camouflage in sparse undergrowth. An omnivorous hippocarnivore, it relies on its specialized middle ear structures to track insects, small reptiles, and desert rodents in the dark. It travels with a nimble, high-stepping quadrupedal trot, occasionally executing sudden sideways leaps to flush out prey. Nocturnal and secretive, it uses complex underground burrows and communicates via high-pitched chitters and sharp warning yips. Parallels a modern fennec fox in habits and its large-eared profile, but retains an ancestral canine skeletal frame. It is definitively separated from its close relative Okookie by its slightly smaller dimensions and less extremely inflated middle ear chambers. It differs from Archaeocene by its shorter snout layout and from Oxtocene by its uncleft molar layout. A comparatively small, unspecialized primitive canine native to the seasonal grasslands and open scrubby plains of the northern Great Plains and west coast of North America. It possesses a distinctively short, broad skull paired with a generalized, sturdy skeleton. Its thick pelt likely features a cryptic canvas of grizzled charcoal gray and sandy tan tones, ensuring excellent camouflage when foraging through brush and undergrowth. An adaptable, opportunistic omnivore, it displays a slightly less meat-dependent lifestyle than typical ancestral dogs, actively seeking out seasonal fruits, insects, and small vertebrates. Lacking specializations for high-speed running, it retains a primitive, low-slung plantigrade foot posture. It travels with a steady, deliberate quadrupedal scurry and walks flat-footed on the ground, mostly solitary. It communicates via short yaps and raspy trills. Broadly mirrors Hesperocene in general fox-like dimensions, but easily distinguished by its shorter muzzle layout and a visibly less specialized, more omnivorous dental structure. It shares its stouter body size with Aleptis, but is readily separated by its noticeably shorter and broader skull profile. It differs from a Pavadus by its significantly larger overall skeletal proportions. A small, unspecialized primitive canine widespread across the northern Great Plains and scenic west coast of North America. Larger than its closest co-occurring relatives, it displays a classically proportioned, fox-sized body plan with an elongated muzzle layout. Its thick fur likely features a cryptic agouti blend of sandy tan, charcoal gray, and deep ochre patches, allowing it to fade easily into dry grassland margins and open scrubby plains. An adaptable omnivore, it displays a slightly less meat-dependent lifestyle than typical ancestral dogs, actively tracking insects, small mammals, and gathering seasonal wild berries. Lacking cursorial specializations, it retains a low-slung, primitive plantigrade foot posture. It moves with a steady, flat-footed quadrupedal scurry along forest floor edges. Mostly solitary, it defends its space with sharp, repeating yaps and low guttural chitters. Visibly mirrors Hesperocyon in general size, but easily separated on close inspection by its less carnivorous, more omnivorous cheek teeth setup. It shares its larger skeletal frame with a Falkenbachi, but is definitively distinguished by its conventionally narrow muzzle rather than a shortened, broad skull. It is readily separated from its primitive counterpart Apavitus by its noticeably larger overall dimensions. A small and specialized primitive canine native to the dense shrubby plains, open savanna matrices, and seasonal river basins stretching across North America, from the west coast to the Great Plains. As the smallest described form of its lineage, it features a lightly built, compact fox-like body plan. Its thick pelt likely displays a cryptic agouti palette of grizzled charcoal gray, sandy buff, and warmer ochre highlights, rendering it nearly invisible when hiding in tangled undergrowth. An adaptable, quiet omnivore, it displays a slightly less meat-dependent strategy than ancestral dogs, actively combining stalks of small rodents and insects with foraging for seasonal wild berries. Lacking specializations for high-speed running, it retains a primitive plantigrade foot posture. It moves with an erratic, low-slung quadrupedal scurry, stepping flat-footed on the ground. Secretive and alert, it communicates via sharp warning yips and low chattering trills. Deeply mirrors Hesperocyon in general size, but easily separated on close inspection by its less strictly carnivorous, more omnivorous dentition. It is definitively distinguished from its co-occurring relative Aleptis by its significantly smaller overall dimensions. It is readily told apart from a Falkenbachi by its conventionally elongated muzzle layout rather than a shortened, exceptionally broad skull profile. A small and specialized primitive canine endemic to the ancient seasonal woodlands, river basins, and volcanic ash fields of the Pacific Northwest. Displaying a classically proportioned, fox-sized body plan, it features an alert posture and an elongated snout layout. Its thick, dense pelt likely sports a highly adaptive agouti canvas of grizzled charcoal gray, dusty brown, and warm tawny highlights, rendering it virtually invisible when stalking through thick basin undergrowth. An active crepuscular forager, this versatile omnivore splits its time hunting for small rodents and insects, supplementing its diet with seasonal fruits and seeds. It travels with a light, nimble, and rhythmic quadrupedal trot, occasionally executing sudden sideways leaps to flush out prey. Mostly solitary or pair bonding, it establishes its territory using high-pitched, metallic trills, repetitive yaps, and low warning growls. Strongly resembles the contemporary Archaeocene leptis of the Great Plains in its general fox-like dimensions and generalized, omnivorous lifestyle. However, it is definitively distinguished on close inspection by subtle, specific variations in its cranial contours and less primitive dental cutting structures. It differs from co-occurring Hesperocyonine dogs like Mesocyon by its broader skull and a less strictly meat-dependent diet.